Good afternoon. Welcome back. Today's course is the last of the Mahavidyas, and I will be completing, having told you who all the 10 Devis are, the Vidyas that we know about, that come through from the form of Ma Durga, Shakti, Parvati, in relation to how they are associated with each one of our chakras in our meditative forms. Internally, the energy that is part of us, that is a part of the cosmic universe, that brings into us light, energy, activity. So before we start, let's close our eyes and call upon Ganesh Ji. You can't get to the mother, as they say, you can't get to Ma without calling on her child, Ganesh Ji, who's her child. So let's do that mantra. Om वक्रतुण्ड महाकाया सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा ॐ नमो देवी महाविद्ये नमामि चरणौ तव सदा ध्यानप्रकाशं मे देवी सर्वार्थदे शिवे नमो देवी महाविद्ये नमामि चरणौ तव सदा ध्यानप्रकाशं मे देवी सर्वार्थदे शिवे नमो देवी महाविद्ये नमामि चरणौ तव सदा ध्यानप्रकाशं मे देवी सर्वार्थदे शिवे. May she guide us, may she enlighten us, may we come closer and closer to our universal consciousness, our God, our Ishtadevs, our Devis, all that guide us, all our angels. Pranams. So we started last 2 lessons. It's taken us to cover the Mahavidyas. And I'm going to quickly go through them. Durga is the different forms in the divine feminine that we have discussed. They're seen as energy, they're meditated upon as yantras, which are these geometric forms that you're seeing on the left side. And they're worshipped through the jap sound, which is the closest way to get close to the Adi Shakti Devis. So I want to go back to this one visual that you have all seen from the beginning. We began our journey actually from the bottom, from the 10th Devi, Kamalatmika, who is presiding over the earth element and our Muladhara chakra. And we went on to Ma Matangi, who is in charge of the Swadhisthana. And then on to Baglamukhi, who rules over our solar plexus and our Manipur chakra, to Dhumavati, Ma, who is in our heart chakra, to Chinnamasta Devi, who is part of our throat chakra, the Vishuddhi, all the way to Bhairavi, who is in our third eye. And then today we will do the last 4 Mahavidyas, Maa Bhuvaneshwari, who resides over the crown chakra, and the triple aspects of the universal consciousness known as Shakti, which is Ma Shodashi, Ma Tara, and Ma Kali. In this visual, it's very easy to see Ma Tara and Ma Kali are known to be on the same level of energy, just different forms of it. So both of them will take you to the cosmic universe, align you to and have the same powers to change you. They are just seen in the dark element and the white element. Dark element does not mean it's the evil qualities. It means those that come through the darkness. In the darkness is only when you can see the light. And in the light is only when you notice the darkness. It is the opposites that you see. So Ma Tara is known to be in brilliant sunlight, the white form, and Ma Kali is seen to be Shakti's black form. And Ma Kali's red form is Ma Shodashi. So in this depiction, you can see Adi Shakti's different aspects. And I want you to understand that when I talk about them, we give them a form, we give them an image, but they're really, as you see here, vibration. It is the movement of energy in the cosmic consciousness. So let us go down to now we have reached after Ma Kamalatmika. We have passed Ma all the way up to heart chakra, Ma Dhumavati, and Ma Chinnamasta. And lastly, we come after Ma Bhairavi, which is the one we talked about last week, into Ma Bhuvaneshwari. She is known as the Empress of the Universe. Why so? If you think about it, Ma Bhuvaneshwari sits on the crown chakra. And on the crown chakra, she is the portal through which we. Can you sit there? Because she is the one who is residing in the. She's the one who gives us the doorway or the portal between our physical element and our chakras below that tie us to this earth. And it is through the Sahasrar that we are able to see the different levels of cosmic consciousness above us. So Ma Bhuvaneshwari is known as the Empress of the universe, the Bhuvan. Now, Bhuvan does not just mean earth. It is the entire universe, this universe that we are come here as humans. So she's known with many, many names. All of them symbolize a lot about Ma Bhuvaneshwari. She's known as Mahamaya. Maha means the ultimate, the supreme Maya. So what is Maya? Maya is that veil that makes us think that this is who we are. This is our reality. It ties us down to this earth, these experiences that we think are real. So she is known, Mahamaya, as the one that transcends and leads you to the higher realms. She's that portal. If you visualize her, she sits on this lotus. And remember, the crown chakra has 1,000-petal lotus. This is what she sits on. And so she is the one presiding with one foot down, pointing to the earth. She generally touches the earth, meaning she's holding us to these grounds, but she is bringing you up to the higher realms. She's the one that brings you and helps you transcend this reality, this material world. She's Sarvaswarupa. Sarvaswarup meaning all embodiments of forms. She's Vishvaswarupa, embodies all the experiences that we have here and now. So these all basically, these different names we give her, we are actually asking her, worshiping her to help us transcend this loka, this world that we live in. She represents knowledge, wisdom in all the three kalas. What are the three kalas? The three kalas are past, present, and future. Ma Bhuvaneshwari is the one who resides in all three of them. And in all three of them, she teaches you and shows you who you are and what is your reality. She's bejeweled. Look at her crown. She has so many jewels. It ties us to this material world. She shows you that she is part of this world. In one of her hands, she holds a noose. The noose is basically what we ensnare. You see, all our senses draw us out into this world. It projects our reality. What we experience internally is projected outward. And with that, she takes the noose and pulls you, ties you up, and says, do not get ensnared with these attachments, these worldly attachments that we have. And she also has a goad. The goad is the one that we use to prod animals to move forward. She's the one that prods us and says, go forward. Try and understand, attain the passions of not this world. She takes you away from the passions that tie us, the desires that tie us in this world, and says, there's more beyond. Reach the higher realms. And so she prods us. In one hand, she gives the Abhay Mudra. You all know I've discussed these two mudras quite a bit. Abhay means the one that gives you blessings. And Varada Mudra is the one that gives you boons. So when you pray for her, the boons she gives you are not of this world. They are not these jewels of this world. They are the ones that make you wish for, creates the desire, the passions to reach beyond, to go internally, to reach beyond through our Sahasrar. If you notice, she will be depicted in many forms with large breasts. They're full. This indicates she is nurturing and she is sustaining us and this world. She is, as the world has been birthed through the cosmic union, she is the one who's coming in here and she is nurturing us. The universe emerges from the void. And the first element that will come into being is Akash. Of the 5 elements, Prithvi, earth, fire, water, air, the 5th element is Akash. And Akash is that sky, space in which she basically is the ruler. What comes out of space, when I told you the beginning of a time, in the beginning, the way the world came about, remember I said there was nothing. And in that void of nothing, a desire comes into being. Desire is always Shakti. She is movement. And in that movement of creating this universe, she comes through and takes these different forms. And you'll see her as Maa Kali, Maa Tara, Maa Shodashi. They are the vibration that comes through. So what occupies space is sound. So Maa Bhuvaneshwari, the one who sits on our crown chakra, the one who takes you from this earthly, takes you through your different levels of your chakras, your human body, or the experiences that you have around here. She's the one who is there in the sound. She has the creative aspect of Vak. So she is also known as Vageshwari. So you know her as Mahamaya, Sarvasarupani, Vishwasarupani, Vageshwari. She is the creative power, which is known as also Logos in the Greek tradition. The infinite space is occupied by her sound. She is residing also in your heart. It is not the Hriday is not your physical heart location on our left side where the doctor goes and tells you this is where your heart is. Hriday is the heart center. She is the heart center of consciousness. It is her abode where the Divine Mother resides. When your insides call out, Ma, Ma, and you call out to Shakti, she is the one who resides and is the empress of that Bhuvan. Her beach mantra is Rin. So she is basically residing there. I will give a quick pause. So now that we've talked about Maa Bhuvaneshwari, who is the Devi that resides in our crown chakra, and we've covered all the different chakras now, we now go to the supreme consciousness. And now you will understand who is Shakti, who is Adi Shakti. not just Shakti, not just our Pran, not just the Shakti in this universe, not just the Shakti that makes the world turn around, this universe, this galaxy move, the millions and billions of stars move. Now you will talk about Adi Shakti and her different aspects. Her different aspects of what is she known as? Maa Tripura Sundari. So in the south, we worship Ma and we called her Shodashi. Shodashi means the one with the 16 attributes, the one of the 16 desires. Sola Kala Sampurna. We mean she is complete in her beauty, in her abilities to bring us and show us the beauty of the consciousness. Brahman or God, you can call it by any name that you wish, but it is the universal consciousness. It takes form in many, many different ways. You may worship him as Vishnu. You may worship him as Shiva. You may see it as Brahma or all the Devatas. But it comes to the form that is formless Brahman, that has no form. And we know it as Adi Shakti. So Maa Tripura Sundari is the Rajasic quality of that supreme consciousness. So now I'm describing supreme consciousness. So understand there's no tying to the male or the female parts that you think of God. It is actually tying to qualities. So the Trigun, which is the qualities that needed to emanate from Shakti to create this universe. The three gunas are the Rajasic, the Tamasic, and the Sattvic. Maa Tripura Sundari is seen red. She is seen as the rising sun. When you see a sun rising in the morning, is it burning hot? No. Yes. Is it brilliant? No. Rising sun comes with a soft glow. It is the illumination that takes over the darkness from this earth. And it is rosy in color. It just brings so much joy and compassion. Those are the qualities of Maa Tripura Sundari. She is embodied in what we call the Shri Yantra. The Shri Yantra has such deep knowledge that many sects of people who worship the Shri Yantra discuss all the different aspects of it. At the bottom of this picture, you will see the Shri Yantra at her feet, at Maa Tripura Sundari's feet. There are many temples dedicated to Maa Tripura Sundari. The Lalita Sahasranam, which is 1,000 names of Ma, are all dedicated to Maa Shodashi or Maa Tripura Sundari. In this depiction that's typical of Maa Shodashi, you see her sitting on Shiva. She sits on Shiva, symbolizing the union of Shiva Shakti. We cannot be inexistent if there is not a Shiva inside us and a Shakti inside us. There is a male and a female component within every human being. It doesn't matter who you are. Whether you're Hindu, you're Christian, you're any religion, it does not matter. The human body, the way it is made as a union of Shiv and Shakti. By sitting on top of Shiva, it is an indication she is beyond Shiv. Shiva is just one of the powers that she was able to create as she instructed, as I told you, Brahma to create the universe. Vishnu comes out of her and preserves the universe. Shiva comes out of her to dissolve the universe. So when she sits above Shiva, she is above all this. You will see her sitting on a bed or a throne, and the four pillars holding up the throne are the heads of Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra, and Sadashiva. All four are below her. Without her energy, without her Shakti, without her guidance, they cannot exist. It is also an indication she is above and beyond the 5 Kriyas. beyond the three kriyas, the Ichha Shaktis, the Jnana Shakti, the Ichha Shakti, Gyan Shakti. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting the third Shakti. No. It will come to me in a second. I don't know why I'm forgetting. Anyways, but she is above and beyond. You'll notice that the other devtas are all below her. Her symbolism is that she is the complete consciousness. The sugarcane arrows that she carries a sugarcane bow and 5 arrows. The sugarcane bow is to indicate these 5 arrows that we have are 5 gyan senses of this world. She brings them in rain with this bow and these arrows, so that your senses that take you out into this outside world, she is holding them. Bring them in. Go inside. Go internally and get the knowledge and the wisdom and the joy of the other world. What I mean by the other world is, as the universe that you perceive by your senses outside, so is the universe with that much internally when you draw all your indriyas inside. She's also prayed for healing effects on the human body when we have illnesses. If you have problems within your body for any diseases, she's the one that you pray to, who actually, unlike all the other devis that I've talked about, she dissolves them into Prakriti, which means she is the direct connection. Shodashi is the direct connection between the Mooladhar and the Sahasrar and your higher beings. I'm going to go back real quickly to show you that depiction again. It's really important to see the different devis in their vibrational frequency forms that I showed you. There's a direct connection between the highest levels of each devi who's in the other realms and your 7 chakras. So Ma Tripura Sundari or Shodashi connects with Ma Kamlatmika, who is your Mooladhar Devi. She dissolves all your illnesses, all your issues into Prakriti, into earth, which has the ability to absorb all of them. For meditation, those who transcend beyond the body, she guides you and takes you on that journey and shares your entire life and your entire process. She shows you the beauty that is beyond your prarabdha. This is a very interesting word. Prarabdha, it is your cumulative karmas that you hold in this lifetime and your lifetimes before. Remember, we talked about this. The prarabdha, your karmas, are held in the different bodies that we hold, the 3 bodies. And one of the bodies that holds is the causal body. So it is through the causal body, you've finally reached that point in your meditations where you are in touch with your causal body. She is the one who takes you through that process. So those who are high meditators, meditate to Ma Tripura Sundari. You can only approach her in one way. It has to be with deep gratitude and love for her. If you read the Lalita Sahasranam, you will understand and see all her 1,000 names and what she embodies. She is beyond the states, the 3 states. She exists beyond your dream state, your sleep state, your waking state. She is the one that teaches you how to get to the Turiya Avastha, the state of absolute silence. It is Ma Shodashi that you pray to reach the state of absolute silence. Her beach mantra is I'm so clean. I'm so clean. I'm so clean. Those are the chantings. One has to do japa of the Devis in order to really do sadhana. So All along, I've taught you all the beach mantras. Some of them, they're mool mantras. And so you can reach them and do sadhana by praying to them. Very importantly, a lot of you might know, I'm going to show you the Shri Yantra that is over here. It has the 9 triangles, interlocking triangles, with the 2 different circles of lotuses and the 3 rekhas around it. And then it is inside its square. So each of these sub triangles created there. Remember, I told you she is Bhagavageshwari. Each one of them holds the akshar in the Sanskrit. Each of these aksharas are meditated and a god is associated with them. We can go into another lesson. There's so much to teach about the Sri Yantra that I don't have time to teach over here. So now we will move on to Maa Tara. Who is Maa Tara? Maa Tara is also known as in Buddhism, Maa Tara has 2 different colors. She is the blue Tara and she is the green Tara. She has the Ugra form and she also has the Saumya form. Ugra form is a very fierce form of Devis. When you see them with their raw energies, Maa Tara is the one we pray for complete compassion. She is deep in compassion and wisdom. Remember, I told you she's on the equivalent of Maa Kali. But when you ask and you go to the higher realms, Maa Tara takes you to the same place, to the supreme consciousness, but she takes you on an easier journey. Her journey she is known to embody the power of the sound of creation. What does creation come through? When we read the Vedas, it's the Shabd Om. Within that sound, there is a vibration. And listen to that vibration. It is her sound. Ring, ring, ring. So she's the embodiment of that sound, that frequency. Maa Tara has this Ugra form you're looking at and has many deep, deep stories behind it. As we know Durga's form, she is one of Durga's form. She is shown to be standing naked, but she is wrapped with a tiger skin. That symbolizes, and we've talked about this in the different Devis, what does the tiger skin symbolize? That she is still not, she's still bound by some of our rules and regulations, as I say, of us being down in reality, in this world, believing everything we see. So she covers herself with that. The Mundamala, wearing those skulls, as you've known, I've told you before, when Devi wears them, these are each are the sound, the ability for us to speak. Knowledge comes in, and at some point it gets transformed from our thoughts into words. That word, that's each one of these mund symbolizes the Sanskrit words, the syllables of sound that make sense to us. In one hand, she holds the karak. It is a sword. It is a bloodied sword. Why does she hold this karak? It has chopped off the head. She has taken away your ego. The head symbolizes is all full of us, our ego. Who am I? I am this person. I am Avni. I can do these things. Ego can take you in many places. It is not confidence we're talking about. We're talking the I principle. She cuts that off. What does she hold these scissors for? She takes these scissors to cut off our attachments. You see, when we are born as humans, we are born into this world, we start using all our senses and projecting from our internal, from where the Devis are, into the external world. As you feel and speak and think from inside, so you project and this world is created. And so in this creation, you believe. You are so-and-so's mother, so-and-so's wife, so-and-so's husband, so-and-so's, and we start making these attachments. My car, my things. We have so many attachments. Each of these attachments will keep you bound to this earth. Ma Tara comes and cuts off these attachments. The easiest way, she brings you that wisdom and knowledge to see those things in the different time frames. If you understood yourself that you're just this divine soul, that's what she's come to teach you. You would not have these attachments because your soul doesn't get tied to this world. It comes again and again in different bodies, different shells, but it's not tied to this world. The skulls destroyed is showing she's again in many forms. She's shown sitting on the lotus. She's also holding a blue lotus. And we know the symbolism of the lotus, right? The lotus is what lives in the murk and the dirt of this earth, right? And yet it is above the water. None of that dirt touches it. It is purity in its simplest form. And so she holds that lotus to symbolize, I am here to guide you to that supreme form. That purity should be imbibed in you. She's shown as pregnant because she is in the phase of birthing this universe. It is Ma Tara's womb that holds this universe in within her. So we are all, this entire creation is within her. She will sustain you. She will care for you. She will make this happen. And when it is time to dissolve it, she dissolves it. There's a lovely story of why she is in this form. There's the story of when there was so much evil on this earth. There was a demon called Raktabij. I don't know how many of you know the story of Raktabij. He was an evil, evil demon, and he could not be destroyed by the gods. And Vishnu also tried and could not destroy him. He goes running to Shiva and says, Lord Vishnu goes, Hey Bhagwan, hey Mahadev, can you please save this world from Raktabij? He has been given this boon that if you kill him, and even a drop of his blood falls on this earth, another Raktabij is born. So he is indestructible. We cannot kill him. Even Shiva turns to Vishnu and says, I don't have this power. This power can only be taken care of by Ma. You have to go to Gauri. You have to go to Parvati and ask her to help take care of this demon. So Vishnu, Brahma, Shiva all ask Devi. They say, Devi, please protect those, sustain this universe that is yours. So please protect us. So Ma takes the form of Durga. In coming as Durga, one of the forms of Durga we say is Maa Kali. Ma Tara comes for this Raktabij. She comes in this form, and in a skull, she starts chopping off the head of Raktabij. And as his blood spurts out, she grabs the blood and into the bowl, and she doesn't let a drop fall. And so in this vicious battle, she continues to do this deed of killing Raktabij. And once she is done, she drinks that blood because there is no place. If this blood falls on the earth, there will be billions of Raktabij again. And so to protect us, to protect the universe, she does this. In so doing, her skin is this dark blue color. And she is in this ugra form, this form of fierceness, protecting this universe. And in this fierceness, she cannot go back to the form where she is Saumya, where she is Devi, where she is just Shant. And in order to calm her now, she is raging through the universe. And she is now dissolving the universe, as they say. And as she goes, the gods then start praying, how do we stop Ma Tara? How does Ma Tara get stopped? She is in her Bhayankar form. This yug will collapse and will be gone. She will eat it all up. So at that time, Lord Shiva realizes that he knows that the only way he can bring her and make her shant is he lies down on the floor right where she is about to pass. And as she passes in her form, she puts her foot on Lord Shiva's chest. And immediately she recognizes, this is my Shiva. This is my husband. This is my consort. And she immediately calms down and she goes into her compassionate roop, her form, and she cries and says, oh my, I have stepped on your heart. How can that be possible? And she immediately calms down. So that's the story of her stepping on Shiva's heart. Mm-hmm. Maa Tara is also the one where you will see in many forms, this beautiful form where she is nursing. Now she is nursing the universe, but there's also this story. When the manthan of the ocean was being done and all the poison was coming out, the first thing that comes out when they do the manthan, and I won't go into the details because I'm sure a lot of you have heard the story where the Devs and the Asurs are trying to get the Amrit that had fallen in the ocean. And the only way to do it is to get the help of all the gods. Lord Vishnu becomes a turtle to hold up the mountain. The Mount Meru and Vasuki, the snake, is tied around, and they now start churning the Devtas on one end, the Asuras on one end, and they churn the ocean. And the first thing that comes out is a poison that will tarnish every heart, every place in the universe. So the only way to stop that is for somebody to take it. And Bhagwan Shiva says, I will drink it. So when he drinks the poison, the halahal, Devi Shakti comes to hold his neck. Why does she hold his neck? She holds his neck so that that poison does not enter his hriday, his heart. She says, Lord, I know that your heart is so pure. I do not wish that even a drop of this poison should stain it. Shiva is known as the most pure form of God, and he's seen in this white form covered in vibhuti, right? So we know him as Shiva, as purity. So she stops the halahal, and hence his neck is blue. When this poison hits his throat, it sets it on fire. When a poison goes in, it sets your body on fire. And he is so on fire that Ma takes him and nurses him. When we have poison in our body, in our physical body, when there's a snake bite or something, they give milk to calm the symptoms down. So Ma herself nurses Lord Shiva and gives him milk so that he can calm down and is sustained, and the poison does not cause his body to inflame. So these are the things that Ma does. Maa Kali is known to be the transcended one. Maa Tara is the one who's transcending. When she is transcending, she is the one, if you travel and you wish to understand what is the supreme consciousness, she's the one taking you on that journey to that state of Turiya. So what do we pray to her? You pray to her when you feel like life is drowning you, when you feel like there's nothing holding on. She's the one you pray to for compassion, for wisdom. Those who are deep meditators, in order to reach deep states of samadhi, the power of silence, Maa Tara is the one who takes you there. Her mool mantra is Om Reem Sreem Hum Fat. Om Hreem Stream Hum Fat. In some of the places, they also make the sound because she is just sound. Om Hreem Stream Hum Fat. The last story I wanted to share real quickly before time is running out is Maa Tara is the one, Lord Ram, when he is at the shores of Lanka and he has now killed Ravan. There is a dosh, meaning there is a karma associated with even killing a demon. So Lord Ram sits there and he says, how do I get rid of this dosh of killing Ravan? It is at that point that he sits and he meditates and prays to Maa Tara to give him the guidance to take away those karmas of actually killing a demon. So she is the one who transcends even us. He shows us that by praying to Maa Tara, Shakti, Adi Shakti, she will help you ascend to those higher realms. And now we come to the last Devi, the first of the Dash Mahavidyas, the primordial, the one who is the symbol of supreme consciousness, the one who is complete in her perfection. It's Maa Kali. Maa Kali is the tamasic version. So she is the one in darkness one sits, in whiteness, in Rajasic one moves with passion, in Sattvic one ascends and transcends in beauty. So Maa Kali is the tamasic. She is the ocean of supreme consciousness. She is the fiercest form of Durga. In her raw, absolute nothingness, she is the ultimate protector. Ramakrishna used to pray to Maa Kali and had many visions of her. Her stories, as he describes, as his visions have shown her, she is in this form, Ugra form, where her hair is everywhere. It is to symbolize she is not restricted by your society's norms. She is not restricted. She is, first of all, naked. She doesn't need any sort of clothing to hide behind. Her hair is loose because she's not tied. If you go back, Maa Tara shows you that she is the sattvic form. She has her hair tied up in a bun, like the yogi bun. The yogis pray to her for that. Maa Tripura Sundari, Shodashi, is just absolute beauty and perfection, right? And Maa Kali is the form that does not restraint. She is raw energy and raw power. She is time. The sequence of time and all the timelines that transcend this, she exists in all of them. She is beyond all dualities. What are dualities? Hot, cold, right, wrong, here, there, all forms of dualities. This world is full of duality. It ties you to those dual natures, evil and good. She doesn't see any of that. She is beyond all that. So, all the Vedas, all the Shastras, everything that you've ever read proclaims knowledge is one. You see these three forms of the Devi, Adi Shakti, but it is one. Maa Kali teaches you that. Knowledge is one. Consciousness is one. The consciousness that permeates each one of us. Every point in this earth, every rock, every lava, every molecule, every air surrounding us, the space, the ether, the suns, the moons, the stars. Beyond all that, consciousness is one in all of them. Truth is one. She is the symbol. She's the one who teaches us that wisdom. You pray to Maa Kali to get that deep understanding. In all 10 directions of all the 10 sense organs in this body, Maa Kali is the one who's the raw truth, that there's only one essence. When she calls you, it is a powerful transformation. When you pray, when you are called to pray to Maa Kali, she is calling you to transcend everything in this world that you hold dear, everything that you tie down, that makes you think you are this human. She is the one who takes you on that journey internally and shows you you are beyond. You are part, you are the consciousness. You are God. Her mool mantra is Om Krim 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 Hum Hum Hrim Hrim Dakshine Kalikaye Krim 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 Hum Hum Hrim Hrim Swaha. These beach mantras hold a lot of significance. I won't go into them. It is for you to explore. I had a wonderful time teaching and sharing what wisdom I have gained about the Dash Mahavidyas. They are the essence of when you go internally to who you are as a human, your experiences, your realities, and your journey. The Devis are constantly guiding you. Tap into whoever calls you, do her sadhana, and see where it leads you. The power of calling to Devi is instantaneous transformation. It is powerful. I have experienced it myself. And I encourage you all, if you have any questions or wish to discuss any more about any of the Devis, feel free to send messages in our group chat. I want to close. I will say her mantra again and then close. And then next week on, we will be going on a journey of what is meditation? How does one meditate? And I will bring in my favorite emblem description, a dear to my heart, probably many lifetimes that I've spent with Lord Hanuman. And so Hanumanji is the next god that we will explore as we talk about meditation. So let us close by saying her Mool mantra. I've taken that way. Give me a second. Okay. Just close your eyes, take 3 deep breaths, and Om. 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 नमो देवी महाविद्ये नमामि चरणो तव सदा ध्यान प्रकाशं मे देवी सर्वात् देशिवे नमो देवी महाविद्ये नमामि चरणो तव सदा ध्यान प्रकाशं मे देवी सर्वात् देशिवे नमो देवी महाविद्ये नमामि चरणो तव सदा ध्यान प्रकाशं मे देवी सर्वात् देशिवे देवी सर्वात् देशिवे देवी सर्वात् देशिवे